Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Gomu Gomu No Talk podcast. This is a podcast where we talk all things One Piece related. We do chapter reviews, episode reviews, and just talk about the news, what's going on with the Straw Hat crew. I did that real quick because I'm your host, Lyle. I also go by Rebo Online. With me is the lovely, lovely host, co-host, co-owner of this pod, Austin. Say what's up, Austin.
What's up? What's up? Welcome back, lads.
Yeah, dude, it's been. I feel like it's been a while. We talked
Yeah.
about this in our previous take before we were interrupted with some technical difficulties. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's been a while.
Yeah,
Um,
it's been about like
I think
two
it's been like
weeks since we recorded, I guess, online. It feels really weird.
yeah, yeah. I much prefer the actual setup, but
Mhm.
we're trying to do a little things a little differently in terms of our release schedule. We've been pretty consistent of doing stuff like early to middle of the week,
Mhm.
recording to then like uploading, but because we were trying to go with the official chapter release schedule, but instead now we're gonna try to go with the leak release of
Yes.
the chapters.
Mhm.
So hopefully it's gonna be consistent towards like middle. Sometimes they would do Wednesday, Thursday to the end of the week,
Mhm.
and yeah, and then we're gonna upload stuff. Followed suit by the leaks.
Yes.
We're still gonna do episode reviews. We're just gonna do whatever the latest one will be. Even if there is no chapter, we're still gonna do an episode review and do
Mhm.
our usual thing. But yeah, that's gonna be a slight change.
Mhm.
Um, and I guess before we actually start, let's go over what we're actually gonna talk about today. So today we have chapter 1157 of the manga. We have episode 1139 of the anime, and we're also going to go over the season 2
Live
trailer.
action trailer.
Yes, sir, of the One Piece. One Piece. I was gonna say the One Piece anime, the live action One Piece show,
Mhm.
brought to you by Netflix. All right, yeah, man. Yeah, hey, man. I'm just saying, bro. All right, let's see. Let's start off with the chapter. We're gonna talk about 1157
Yep.
One Piece. The
It's
legendary bar.
First of all, this was a banger chapter. I just want to say this was good.
Very good.
But you already know we can't escape it. We gotta start off with the cover art, and we are back to Yamato again, once again. Um, which I don't know. It feels like it's been a while since we actually got one. I kind of missed it a little bit, even though I
I did
I
not
hate on it every single week.
I did not miss it at all whatsoever. Yeah, I mean it's a cool little. I mean, like when I was thinking about when I was looking at this cover art, I was like, maybe there's some things I should look for in the background, but there's really
Mhm.
nothing much.
I was gonna say the only
Like,
thing I noticed was the snowman that kind of resembles Kaido in the background,
oh
but
yeah,
that
I
was
do
pretty
see
much
that.
it from
I thought that
this.
was a regular snowman.
So yeah,
Yes, I
I
did. That
think
does look like
yeah,
kind
I
of.
think it's supposed to like be a reference to like Kaido or something.
Is that who's that one chick again
I forgot her
from
name, but is it not the?
the girl with the face mask? I think that's supposed
Is
to be
it
her.
her? I actually can't tell who that
'Cause I
is.
see the horns. I forgot her name. Damn, we're gonna get killed. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, I actually like this cover art, but again, man, I'm ready to move on.
mhm.
Ready to fucking move on. Also, it's snowing. She got that little suit on. The lack of covering.
I know.
So it's fucking
Mhm.
cold out, and she's not really going towards that. But okay, let's actually get into the chapter. The
Mhm.
meat and potatoes of the chapter. This is a really
Yes.
good chapter.
Yeah, and I
Um,
guess where the last chapter left off, to give some context, was basically it was the formation of the Rocks Pirates, and it seems like from the last chapter they finally formed the core of the crew, and they were gonna start like I guess going for whatever Rocks was planning. So this chapter starts off with the Rocks Pirates at it's some sort of town. I think they called it the Foot Colony Temple of International Philanthropy Federation, and it's basically just the Rocks Pirates looting once again. We see Ochaku. Is that how you pronounce it?
Uchoku. Yeah, I'm looking
Ochoku.
at my phone just to like put the list of all the names out there. That is
Yeah,
Ochoku.
Ochoku, Big Mom. We see Don Marlin. We see Barbell, um, Luton, and the money apparently is donated money for the poor children in need. Um, and we see Ochoku talking to a transponder snail, telling them to lower the lift. And apparently Shiki forgot to tell the rest of the crew who was underneath him, um, to also get out, you know. And a bomb is thrown down there, and it just explodes. And
It's a
Shiki, being Shiki, is just like, oh, I guess we get a bigger cut then, you know.
that's a Looney Tunes ass bomb, dude. It's just
Yeah.
like, I was thinking about it, it's like I do think he genuinely did forget to tell them, but he's like, you know what, this is a good opportunity to just fuck them over.
And then yeah,
Because
we see
like,
Whitebeard and Kaido specifically underneath at first.
no, you see, what's his face, Kyo there too, like very tiny.
Oh,
I
you
think that's supposed to be.
do. I think that is him actually.
Yeah, yeah, that is
I
because
didn't notice.
later on, like, I mean, like Kaido and Whitebeard, like, they get blown up by that Looney Tunes bomb,
Yeah,
and then and then like right after, like, Whitebeard does this like thing. I think we haven't seen this in like since Marineford, right?
pretty much.
Of him
Yeah.
like splitting the fucking sea,
Yeah.
like, using his tremor fruit,
Mhm.
and they get out. Everyone's just like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" This could only be done by one person. It's
Yeah.
actually, and it's Whitebeard. And then like you see, we get a little bit of dialogue. Kaido and Whitebeard seem like super chill.
Hmm.
It's no big deal. We just popped out of that. Fucking Kyo comes out super pissed. You see Shiki's just like ore farming in the background, but just like flying in the air.
Yeah.
But like, it's pretty I think this is like the only instance we've actually seen of like them trying to like betray each other, because I know, like, before, I think it was either Kaido or Whitebeard. I think it might have been Kaido that said that, like, in the past, like, the Rocks parts, all they did was try to just kill each other the whole time.
Hmm.
And now we're actually seeing that this is probably like a normal occurrence to them, because this is just they just kind of just brush it off once Rocks pulls up.
Yeah.
But like, I thought Shiki's face was super funny. Oh, you survived! Oh, nice! I was so worried about
Yeah.
you. But
Oh.
right after this, man, the Navy pulls up. You see Shiki and Rocks just chilling over there, right? Just watching the Navy pull up. And if there's anything I learned about Rocks this whole fucking flashback, Zabag, is this motherfucker wants all the smoke with
Yes.
every single Marine. Every one of them. He wants all the smoke.
Hmm.
And it's great.
Oh
I
yeah.
love this. I loved it.
Yeah, you see this panel where he's just like, okay, I guys like, I mean, at first they were trying to escape, and he was just like, let's get a move on. But then as soon as the Navy pulled up, he's just like, okay, get ready to fight, sink all of them, you know. But I thought what was interesting here is apparently the Navy pulled up really quickly, and I don't know exactly who says this. I believe it's Whitebeard, but he says like, oh, that was like really fast. Like, did someone leak our plans? And it kind of hints at the idea of there's somebody in the Rocks Pirates that might be some sort of like double agent, or at least like leaking information to the world government. Um,
What could it be?
dude, yeah, and that's what I'm
Stussy.
wondering is like who
Stussy.
could it be? In which, yeah, it really could be Stussy, but dude, I thought this little dialogue right afterwards was like the coolest part, one of the coolest parts of this chapter, because it just goes into them immediately fighting the Navy, and again, the narrator is just Spin, and he doesn't even talk about this fight that's going on. He starts to go and list all of their achievements specifically within the last 2 years. I think he says there's 16 documented raids, 76 sunken ships, 14 ports reduced to ash, 5 towns wiped off the map, 1 nation brought to ruin, 3 unprecedented violations of like international law, 25 criminal records quietly erased. And I was like, bro, like they're just doing this in 2 years? Like that's kind of crazy. You think about like Luffy's been a pirate for 2 years, but he does not have this kind of record, you know? And
I don't know. I feel like if you saw like if like say we're like an outsider in the One Piece world, right? Like in Luffy's like during Luffy's era,
mhm,
like the past 2 years, he's done some fucking crazy shit. He's like
yeah,
liberated like what was like just Rosa, Alabasta, like what else? Like Wano, right? And then like fucking
that is
like
true.
he waged war in the government, well, the world government.
Yeah.
He's brothers with Sabo, Ace, all these guys,
Mhm.
and these are all a lot of shit. I mean, like to be honest with you, like what Rocks did is far more impressive. But like
Well,
I'm just
but
saying,
this is
like
and this is just the start of it too, you know? Like
yeah,
he hasn't even gone to go like with his like real plan. And the last part of this, the narrator was he explains he's just like even though, you know, this is the era of like Goldie Roger, he's like it would not be an overstatement to refer to this period as the era of rocks. And I was like, damn, like that's
damn,
fire.
yeah, man, this guy is it's crazy. This motherfucker is nuts, and like it's just like I mean, we say that every time we see Rocks, but the motherfucker is insane. And like there was like a panel. I forgot where it was, but it's just like the resemblance to Buggy is too funny to me. It's just
Yeah.
like when he has like that face like where he like he's close up, like it's like it's
Yeah.
just plunder everything,
Plunder
sing them all. I was
everything.
like, dude, that has to be Buggy's dad, dude, 100%.
I was gonna say
There's just no way it isn't.
the rock speaking Buggy's dad theories are getting are just going up every single week, you know, after every
And I've
single
been saying this
chapter,
shit,
it's actually
man.
going up. To the point,
I've been
honestly,
saying
I might be a believer.
that's what I'm saying.
Let's see.
So right after that, we go back to Harold and what was going on with him. So it looks like the world government is in they're like in Inishi somewhere in the New World, and I think the world government has like these people like just captured for whatever reason. They're not like with the world government, so to them I guess they could be enemies, right? And
Mhm.
then like Harold's just like, no, these guys like saved me, these guys helped me. Like, what the fuck? That's like it's kind of fucked up that you guys are just just capturing it for a fucking reason. These guys helped me out,
Mhm.
and like, and what's his face? The Navy soldiers is like, listen, dude, like you got to stay out the way.
Yeah.
You guys in Elbaf are being considered as potential members of the world government. So just keep it out the way, and helping us would be
Mhm.
one thing, but if you help them, it's
Yeah.
wraps. It's over with.
Mhm.
And right after he says that, he shoots her. He shoots this one chick, right? That's just out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and then obviously that would piss him off. He's already
Uh-huh.
pissed off. Like, why this guy needs to get fired? I mean, he's
Yeah.
probably dead. Let's be real. So
Mhm.
uh, he shoots her. Harold is pissed.
Mhm.
He's just like, dude, he is bigger than that ship.
Yeah,
The
you can
second
see in this
he
panel,
steps
he
on that ship,
jumps over, and he's bigger than the ship.
the goofy ass jump. Like
Yeah.
he's like so excited to fuck these guys up.
Mhm.
And then we see the World Economic the WEJ, my boy Big News
The
Morgan. I don't know if he's
headlines.
already putting on, but probably not. But he's starting headlines. King Harold exposed. Elbaf monarch sinks innocent battleship. Alliance with government revealed as a ploy.
Mhm.
So and now it's just like these guys are already trying to make him look back, and Rox is just like, yo, do you see this shit, man? You try to do
Yeah.
one thing, they're gonna fuck you over. These guys are not your friends. Just
Yeah.
join my crew. Like, come on, man, just give it up. Like these the government hates you, whatever.
Mhm.
And Rox is not having it. He really wants to. He really wants Albaf to join the world government because similar to like Garf's beliefs, it's like yeah, there is a lot of corruption in the world government, but at the end of the day, he believes that you know,
They're trying to
um,
do good.
th-
Like,
there's more
there's a
good.
lot.
They do
Yeah.
more good than it does bad, and
Mhm.
I think this this was I really like this scene actually, like
Yeah.
between Rox, Ida, and Harold, and Ida was like just be careful who you're gonna be your friends,
Mhm. Oh yeah.
and
Also
also this
here,
one we see
yeah, he's got
this
a new
motherfucker
look.
shaves his head,
Yeah, Harold's
shaves his
rocking a
fucking
new
head.
look. I don't know why, but he completely shaved his head. Um, in which I think Rox clowns him on it.
Yeah.
And then even Harold mentions that apparently Garp laughed at him too, you know, in which I think Rox is talking about Garp, and he kind of mentions like, I mean, we know Garp and we know he hates the higher ups, and Rox kind of tells him like, oh, like Garp would be way better off as a pirate, you know, like he already doesn't like the top brass of the Navy. But
He has a lot
again,
of respect for it. It seems like he's got some respect for Garb.
I think
Seems like.
Rox has a lot of respect for people who are very strong. You can see here, like again, he's talking to Harold like a buddy old pal, you know, just catching up, getting some drinks at Ida's bar, and he again he's trying to always recruit Harold, but he's not forcing him to join his crew. Um, but yeah, this dialogue was pretty good, and I thought this was really interesting. You already mentioned it, but what? Because Rox is just like Ida, talk some sense into Harold. You know, like this is not working out. Like the world government, Elbaf, it's just not gonna work out. But Ida gives her advice in which she said, if Harold was my son, I tell him you should choose your friends wisely. And I don't know if this is some foreshadow. I mean, I feel like this is foreshadowing because we know what happens in the future, how Harold gets like betrayed. But yo, should have listened. You know, should have listened.
You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He don't know, and I feel like Rock should have definitely told Harold like who the fuck like is hiding in the goddamn flower room. Because I feel like if he had known, something about Emu, like who the fuck is this shadowy figure like running the world government?
Yeah.
Maybe he would have second guesses, but then we see then it goes back to maybe HQ. We see a conversation between Garps and Goku, Otsuru, and Kong. We're talking about just the idea of the LBAF joining the world government, and also the potential that apparently Harold's being what's it called? Harold might join the Rocks Pirates, but I thought it was like pretty funny. It was when Kong was like, we're really stuck between a rock and a
I know.
hard place right now. And I'm just like, all right, listen, man, what's up with these fucking dad jokes, dude?
I know.
Um, yeah, dude, seeing a young Garp, Sengoku, and Tsuru, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
I
can't
like
wait.
this
I can't wait.
conversation too because I think they were talking. You can see Garp talking about what's it called, like Harold and the Giants, in which he's very supportive of the idea of letting Giants join the Navy, and he even says
So is
like
Sengoku.
that's exactly the kind of strength I'm after. He's like talking to Kong here, and like they very much support the idea of Elbaf becoming a member of the nations already. But again, politics.
Yeah, Garp seems like he likes their strength, and then
Mhm,
like Sengoku's is like they're trying to be better.
mhm.
It's like they can change. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I don't really know what Tsuru's been up to, but
Yeah. Actually,
but she's just
she's there.
all she's talking about was them potentially joining the Rocks Pirates.
Mhm.
And oh my god, we get to the best part of this whole
Yes,
chapter.
actually. So then
Shaki piece.
yeah, and this is 42 years ago from current day. We're on Nosu Pirate Island. You can see everyone on the island is reading the newspaper, and they're just like this is huge news. Like what's going on? And we see on the article that apparently Shaki has quit as captain of the Kuja Pirates, and everyone is just down bad. They're like, oh no, like no, that means we'll never see her again. You know,
We wasted our
waste their
fucking
youth.
youth.
Yeah.
Oh my
Everyone's
god.
down bad, and there's a conversation between Gloriosa and Big Mom, in which Gloriosa's just like, what are you up to? You know, she's kind of trying to figure out like why she would do this, and Big Mom kind of asks her, like, do you think it's because she quit to chase after a man like Gloriosa did? But again, Gloriosa's really doesn't think that that's the case. You know, she's like, I can't even imagine her getting lovesick. And she also says like, I'd never forgive her if she went after Roger.
Yeah.
And
She's
also,
like
yeah, something in this panel I
she's
saw was you can see little
she's
Katakuri there, and I forgot the
Oh
other
my god,
son.
I just noticed
Yeah, you can see also the other son, the guy with the is it the heat fruit? I forgot
the
his name.
oven.
Oven. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You see Oven and Katakuri there. I don't know if you saw
Dude,
it.
I thought that shit was funny as hell when like Big Mom says like something like try to like snark at Glorious. Oh, why does like love always lead to ruin in the Isle of Woman? And then she's like, "What do you know about love, dude? You're like cranking these kids out like fucking popcorn.
Popcorn.
Like what
Yeah.
the fuck?" And then Sussy's just like, like these guys are always talking about Shaggy. You got me right, right, White right, you
Yeah.
gay. And then he's just like, "Yeah, all right, dude."
Yeah,
And
I thought
then
his
this
comment
is
was so funny. He's like, I've never been in love with you. Like he just
so
tells her straight up.
So this is when the Kuja pirates actually pull up and the star of the show,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? My queen, I, Shaki, okay, just pulls up with a fucking Marlboro in her mouth.
Hmm.
It's just like everyone's just
Starstruck.
like it's like gooning right now. This is
Dude, yeah,
goon
absolute
piece.
gooning.
Everyone is just like on their fucking knees. These guys
Yeah.
are on their knees,
On
man.
their
Just like
knees,
holy
mouth
shit.
open, tongue out, panting, like actual goon piece, you know? They're just like, am
Yeah,
I dreaming? Like, are you here to join the Rocks Pirates? Like Gloriosa? And this is where she kind of reveals, I guess, her plan. And she says that she just wants to live here for a while. And that like quitting being like her quitting being the captain of the Kuja Pirates won't stop the Marines, and that she just kind of wants to hide out here, lay low for a while, and she's just like, "You guys will protect me though, right?" And obviously, it's Goon Piece, so they're just like, "Of course." They start cleaning up the town. She mentioned she wants to open up a store, and they're just like, "Okay, we'll start building it for you," you know?
right now. I thought this shit was funny. He's like, "Oh, like this place smells. I will clean it up right away." Like
Yeah.
it's just look, let's go to fires for her. And man, this shit's like in my head, right? I was just like, dude, Rox is definitely. When I saw Rox, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck's going on?"
Yeah.
And I saw him pull out, like, dude, he's definitely also gonna be like one of the gooners too.
Yeah, I know.
And he 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 trembled. He lost immediately. Oh
Yeah.
my god, Jesus! I'm just like, dude, and the face, like I'm kind of skipping a little bit, right? But the on the last panel before we see like the five elders, that
Mhm.
face he makes is so fucking funny to me. Or he's like, "I'll give you a hand," like instantly, lost
Yeah.
instantly.
No,
I
it
would
is
have lost too,
absolutely
man.
instant. You can see all of the Rocks pirates. You see like Don Marlin. You even see Whitebeard, like heart coming out of their chest, like eyes, hard eyes, like mouth open. Everyone, no one can resist it, and even she's just like, she's mad welcoming, as if they were going to her island, she's just like, welcome, I'm happy to see you, you guys will be my first customers. But I also like that the narrator mentioned that apparently her bar finally opened, and that apparently to even get in it would take over a month. It's like that popular there.
The narrator is absolutely like absolutely fucking spinning, and
Mhm.
it's just like like this part of like what the narrator say. I feel like it's a big hint to like what's gonna happen because
Yep.
he mentions that like you know they he refers or the narrator refers to her as like a treasure, right? The
Hmm.
inhabitants of National just came to cover her as a treasure and an irreplaceable crown jewel, and unfortunately, a treasure is always the inevitable target of theft.
Yep.
And like we can talk about it after this chapter. So like
Yeah,
after we like go through the rest of
I wanted to
the
bring that
last
up
few little
actually to
panels,
you.
but it's like very
It's
like heavily
hinting.
hinted of what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next thing we see is the five elders. Very of them. I think it is Mars. Say Marcus Mars telling someone in the transporter snail is something that like they would let Elbaf join the world government as long as they kill rocks.
Yes, as
And
long as
that's
I
like
think specifically like Harold, or actually no, it's just the Warriors of Elbaf.
what
Yeah,
this
it mentions they have to kill rocks, and under these conditions, they will let Elbaf join. I guess like the world be under the world government. Um, in which, yeah, that was a pretty crazy way to end the chapter.
Um, so there's a few things, right? We can
Mhm.
talk about this.
Yes.
There's a few discussion. I have like a there's like a few things we gotta talk about, but they're like fucking pretty big, right?
Mhm.
The first thing is, so I think we figured out what might have caused God Valley
Yes,
from this
I'm
chapter.
starting to think so too. In which, like, again, that the narrator hinting that, somebody's gonna come and try to take Shaki, I feel like is a big indicator. Like in my head, when I read this, I was just like, okay, look, I'm pretty sure the Rocks Pirates, I mean, not the Rocks Pirates, the Roger Pirates are about to pull up and try to attempt something, right?
No, I think
Or do
what
you think
happened
something
was,
else?
I think the world government
Hmm.
stole, like, kidnapped her,
Oh,
and
really?
in God Valley, she
Hmm.
was one of the prizes.
Oh.
And then that's when everyone's like, "Everybody, let's go!
Hmm.
We gotta go get her."
Yeah.
That's like, because why else would Roger be there, Rox be there, right?
Hmm.
And like the two like biggest gooners, Roger and Rox for
Yeah.
Shaki. I think this is when they go try to save her or some bullshit, and then this is when, like, okay, they see each other, they're fighting for her. I
Hmm.
think that's what God Valley is.
Really?
I think that's just
Well,
I think this is what it is.
my whole theory on why I think it's the Roger Pirates is because in the last chapter, when the Kuja Pirates were just out and about, the Roger Pirates pulled up, and Roger specifically on the microphone was just like, hand her over, like he's literally trying
Yeah,
to kidnap Shaki from the Kuja Pirates, So that
yeah.
when I read this from the narrator's perspective, it made me think that, obviously Roger tried already, we already know previously he was already trying to steal Shaki from the Kuja Pirates. So in my head, I was just like, okay, it would make sense that he's still trying to steal Shaki, but now it would be from, I guess, like Pirate Island.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's Goon Valley. It
Goon
is
Valley.
Goon Valley. The world government captured her ass, put her up as one of the prizes, and then out of nowhere, everyone pulls up. Everybody and their
Everyone
moms
pulls
pull up.
off, yeah. That's the real prize was
Was
Shaki
Shaggy
apparently.
this whole fucking time?
I guess that
Oh
that
my
that's an
god.
interesting thought, especially since, you know, I feel like the Roger Pirate. Well, I really wondered why the Roger Pirates were so eager to go to God Valley. Knowing that. I mean, I feel like if they knew Shaki was there, they would definitely pull up. 100%.
So so Rox is pulling up for Shaggy. Roger's pulling up for Shaggy. Garp is pulling up because Roger and
Yeah,
Rox are there.
yeah.
So, and I just I think that's, to me,
This
is
is
what
just
makes the
actually
most sense.
become Goon Piece.
This is Shaggy piece. This is
Yeah,
Shaggy. This is Shaggy's era. Like, and this is like, I would have fell for it too, man. Look at her.
yeah. Dude,
She has her own
like
fucking.
I was there. I was at God Valley.
I'm trying to be a guy, but I'm trying
Yeah.
to be a Pirate Island right now.
Hmm.
47, 42 years ago. Um, so that's one thing. I think it's a pretty big thing, right?
Hmm. Yeah. Like
The next
again,
thing.
who would be targeting Shaki from Pirate Island?
Yeah.
That's a very big discussion. And then what's the next
So,
thing?
another thing is how did Harold? So we know that Emu said that Harold blundered, right?
Hmm.
Like, he fucked up in the plan of him joining the world government. So I think from this, he must have accepted that offer that, okay, I'll go kill Rocks to go join the world government.
Hmm.
And I think some people were saying that, do you think Harold might have killed or betrayed Rocks on God Valley?
Hmm.
Like, he was there and then trying to, like, also kill Rocks. I wanted to get to know, like, how do you think this all played out? Because we know that
Yeah.
Harold fucked up, right?
Yeah, we
We
know
know that
that
Harold
apparently
messed up.
he messed up. He So again, I think that this is a really really interesting thought. I do think that again, this is a very enticing deal. But at the same time, it seems like, dude, Harold and Rox have that kind of relationship. Like they seem like brothers, he constantly comes back to Elbaf to have a drink with Harold, and we know how loyal Harold is. So like, I kind of find it hard to believe that he would take this offer, you know, especially knowing his morals as well. Like,
I think he did take the offer, but he couldn't get through with it. I think
yes,
he couldn't.
I
He couldn't get
I'm
to.
kind of under that impression, which he said he would take the offer, but ultimately he wasn't able to go through it, and that's why Emu is so pissed at Harold, you know. Or maybe he was like, "Yo, bro, you just gotta fake your own death," you know.
Yeah,
But
I think
obviously, we
the
know he didn't. Apparently, Harold made some sort of deal with the government, and he did not meet his end on that deal. In which right now, I feel like this is the introduction of the deal between Elbaf and the world government. Is that the Elbaf has to kill Rox in order to become part of the world government.
I think the last thing I wanted to talk about too was um well, actually, let's not get past like what I like. I think I do think, man, how 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 did Harold fuck up? Because
Mm-hmm.
I remember I watched the video before we did this. Is there someone was saying that Harold was the one that betrayed Rox, whether that be killing him or not.
Mm-hmm.
But if he were to kill him, that means the Emu would have said that he didn't blunder, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like I don't really don't know. Like I'm actually like very excited to see how this whole like interaction like plays out. Like what did Harold end up doing to fuck it up that badly, I guess.
Yeah.
And
I also
another thing I want to talk
sorry, I just
go
wanted
ahead,
to bring
sorry.
this up, especially with what you said earlier. Like, obviously, we know that, like, earlier in the chapter, even Whitebeard, when they noticed that the Navy pulled up so fast, it was just like, did someone leak our plans? Do you think it could be, maybe possibly like Harold kind of telling the world government what's going on, like what the Rocks pirates are planning, especially knowing how close Harold and Rocks are? Or do you think it might be somebody
Maybe.
else within the crew,
I don't think I
like
don't think
possibly
so.
Stussy, which
I
would
think it
probably
might
make
be
the most sense.
I think it would just be Stussy, but I don't think it's because Stacey's always trying to be doing some stupid shit with the world government, right? Like he ended up like she ended up joining like the warlords with Weevil, right? She's always trying to like she's always in some messy shit, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then like her clone is like also like a triple agent or some shit, right?
Yeah, I'm
It's
not even sure how that clone works, dude. To be honest.
yeah, so it's like if the clone is similar to what it's like Stussy was like in like the original,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's probably Stussy. Um, One thing I also this is also get going into like territories of reaching.
Mm-hmm.
So you might not like this. Is like some people were saying that those five Gorosei there isn't the original five that we've seen before.
Oh,
Um,
really?
so people okay, so Ethan Barron, Nasjuro's there. I think Saint Saturn is there. Marcus Mars is there. Everyone's there, but I think the one all the way to the left, it does not look like Jupiter. Like, you know how like, they usually do the same poses, right? All like the four of them do the same poses, but I think Jupiter's on the
Oh.
left is like because usually Jupiter's like facing forward, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think, from what I remember, he's either facing forward or like standing up. He's not doing that little stance he's doing. And some people were saying that like I think again I think this is a total reach, and I just want to know what you think about this. That like that what's his face? Rox ends up killing that Gorosei all the way to the left,
Mm-hmm.
and then Jupiter replaces him.
Huh. Well, it's really hard again because that silhouette is so small that I didn't even notice. I mean, again, you can definitely tell like the other four are definitely the the four goers say listed. Is and True Peter? I'm not really sure. Again, I just see someone sitting down on a chair, you know.
Dude, I don't know, man.
But
I
he
feel like he
has
could have.
again
Wait,
the
hold on a
details are
sec.
so small. It's really hard to see. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. And the idea of Rox killing one of the five elders.
Yeah.
I mean, yo, that would add to his resume, dude. That's actually like that's actually huge. Again, especially knowing that they are basically functionally immortal, like that would be kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, especially because I feel like it's just too hard to tell again with this silhouette.
Yeah. Um, hold on a sec. Is there but yeah, I mean that's like all that
Hmm.
I don't know. I do think that's like an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, what good does that really do in the story aside from making rocks look like a fucking beast?
Yeah, just
Uh,
have him aura form a bit more.
um, was there anything you wanted to like talk about or add aside from the things we've spoken about?
No, I think the biggest thing that came from this chapter was just and already I think we already discussed it was who is gonna come and try to take Shaki, in which I know you said you believe it's the world government, right?
Yeah,
And then I said I think it would be the Roger Pirates, and maybe that's why they have beef.
yeah.
But
Um,
I guess we can just go into ratings then, right?
yeah. You go first. I think I've been going first for a
Yeah.
while.
Um, I gave this a 10. I thought
Yeah.
again, it was a lot of funny parts. Good storytelling. Dude, the narrator is just carrying these chapters, like answering questions, but also introducing um, really good discussions. And then I thought the end of the chapter, like I felt like that was one of the big reveals is like the condition. I really liked it, and I think it makes sense, especially with how it plays into the story later on, and the dynamic of Elbaf, Rocks, and the world government. I really enjoyed this chapter. What
Um,
did you give it?
I also gave this a 10. I just thought the chapter was really funny and like
Yeah.
it's a lot of build up. This chapter is all about build up.
Hmm.
And seeing Rocks just act like Sanji for a second, even fucking Whitebeard, oh
Yeah.
my god, this is amazing. Shaggy piece is fucking real.
Hmm.
Um, Other things too. I thought like the last few panels of just like we get the big reveal of like the five elders being in contact with Harold, trying to get him to join.
Hmm.
It's like I thought that was like very big for the very, very big for the story. I think people thought this was gonna be like a God Valley chapter
Hmm.
when we were gonna get it, but
Yeah.
it's probably I hope it's gonna be the next one. We'll see. Yeah, I, I'd say this is a 10 out of 10, and
Hmm.
things that, like I really want to know, man, is like how did Harold fuck up? That's the biggest thing,
Yeah.
and yeah,
I'm on the same boat as you. I want to know exactly how things went wrong, But I
um,
feel like everything will be revealed in God Valley, right?
yeah,
I feel like that's what everything's kind of slowly building up towards and slowly getting revealed. And that's going to be the big payoff is specifically God Valley and like exactly what happens there as well as like the aftermath of what follows.
yeah.
And that's what I want in the next few chapters. I don't think we'll get a next chapter though. I think it's gonna take like 2 or 3 chapters. I think it's still
Yeah.
building up. The tensions need
Dude,
to
let
build
Oda
up a little
fucking
bit
cook,
more.
bro.
Yeah, but he has
Let
been
Oda.
cooking.
All right. So yeah,
Mm.
I guess so. I guess we're gonna go towards the anime now, right?
Yep.
So let's get into the anime
Yes.
episode.
We have
Um,
episode 1139 titled Destroy Egghead. The Buster Call is invoked. But before we even get to the episode itself, we had I think this was the new opening, right? Did you watch it?
yes. There's so many fucking spoilers going on this fucking.
Yeah.
We see like the spoilers of like the speech. We see the fucking. I saw like what's it called? The Gorosei pulling up.
Yeah.
There's a
This
whole
had a
lot of shit
lot
going
of
on.
spoilers, which I personally like. I know some people don't like it, but I actually thought this was such a good um new opening. I thought like visually, dude, it looked so good. And there was
Yeah.
one scene of Shanks, and you see behind him it's just like Buggy and Blackbeard on both sides, and I was just like, bro, they are feeding into this the rocks being Buggy's father theory, dude.
They're really going into it.
Mhm.
So I really like this. This is a banger opening. I wanted to do a video where we just talk about all the openings.
Yeah,
Like I
I
don't
feel
know if
like
you want
that
to
would
do
be a
that.
really good video for us to do. And I guess let us know if we should do that. But I think that that's something that we might do in the future is like going through all the openings and closings or something like that. That would be pretty fun though. It would be also very nostalgic for me, I feel like.
Yeah. All right. So this episode. All right.
Yeah.
So this is episode 1139. Man, this episode was was I.
Yeah,
It
I'm
wasn't
on the
anything
same
crazy.
exact boat. Wasn't
It
anything
was
crazy, but it was all right.
it was on what the title of this episode is. It is like, it doesn't lie. It's just all about the Buster calls invoked, and the whole episode is just them just like going through trying to like figure out how to escape the island, and
Hmm.
like seeing I mean, towards the end you see the actual Buster call being invoked, so you'll see like, the ships, like, what's it called, attacking the island and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess we can like start from like the
I guess the
beginning,
beginning,
right? Like,
which I thought was they did a really interesting way to start the episode. They gave the perspective of the episode starts off with it's like the perspective of like a sunken soldier or a sunken civilian hearing the Navy invoke the Buster call, in which again you can tell they're underwater. You can it's like you can barely hear it, but you can hear them saying invoking the Buster call, and then it shows what's going on in Egghead. Sirens are going off, and everybody is just running. Straw Hats, Navy, everyone's running. The only people who are not running are Saturn, Kizaru, and Vegapunk. And Saturn tells the rest of the Navy soldiers is like, I and Kizaru, we're staying on Egghead until the Buster Call is active. And Vegapunk is also standing there, 10 toes down, and he's just kind of trying to plead with Saint Saturn, because he doesn't want to see all his research, everything that he's built. I believe he also mentions like the last like 100 years worth of like research. He doesn't want to lose like all of it, and he even like tells Saturn's like, hey, like if you kill me, like doesn't that just solve everything? But again, I think Saturn's pissed now, and he's just like, nope, like we're destroying Egghead. And one scene I really liked from here was Vegapunk kind of pleading with Kizaru, and Kizaru just kind of has to like he can't even look Vegapunk in the eye. He just looks away, like very bothered.
yeah.
Um, but another detail here is Saturn telling Vegapunk that apparently there was like a ship of civilians that they sent away. I don't know, like a few days ago or like the day before, and Saturn specifically sent a ship to track it down and take them out because he believed like one or some of them have information on like the Void Century or something like that, and which he blames Vegapunk for that. Let's
Dude, this whole shit is crazy because like, and then like we like right after all that, man, like we see like what the other Straw Hats are doing. Like Chopper, I thought the thing Usopp was saying in the episode was pretty funny. It was just like, why do we have to keep dealing with fucking Buster calls,
yeah.
man? And then Chopper is just like, and then like you see Robin like try to get up, see what's going on,
Mhm.
and Chopper's just like, no, like you gotta rest, gotta rest. And I thought when we skipped to war, I mean, I think it also here too, we see that Zoro's still fighting with Lucci.
Yep.
And we Sanji was saying like what everyone, all of us were thinking when when this stuff was coming out. I was like, what the fuck is he like? Why is it taking him so long? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like Lucci's supposed to be at this point fodder, I guess.
Yeah.
But I thought the scene with Lilith and Brooke actually made me laugh a little bit.
Dude, yeah.
Where like, when they're like, Lilith's like, yes, like you're so smart, like who would have thought of this idea? Just freeze the clouds and then we'll just
Yeah.
go over.
Sail the
And she's
ship.
like, so how are we gonna stop? He's just like,
yeah. I know.
I don't know. And she's just like so eagerly waiting. Like, how are we
uh,
gonna stop? Like, oh,
yeah. No, that was a pretty
you
funny
know,
part.
I actually like thought that was like super funny. And then
Hmm.
like after that, we see just the ships just going ham,
Hmm.
start firing on
Yeah.
the island.
Hmm.
Um, and then we'll just go over. I mean, that's like the whole episode, right?
Yeah,
We're just
pretty
like
much. And
the
then you
whole
just see
island getting torn
Luffy.
up.
Luffy's there. He's obviously super full. He's next to the cooking. And it's literally called the cooking machine. But he's like, I don't think he can eat like anything more. The pacifistas start firing, destroying all the buildings on top of the Buster Call with all the warships firing at Egghead. Um, and you just see Vegapunk kind of just watching in despair as everything he's built up on Egghead is just being
That
destroyed.
I think that's like my favorite part of this episode was just like aside from like the Brooke Lilith interaction
Hmm.
was Vegapunk's like reaction to just seeing all his work.
Yeah,
You
just
just you
getting
see in his
destroyed.
eyes, man, just like
Hmm.
fucking like in like Austin said, like in absolute despair.
Yeah, and I
This is
think
like I thought
especially
this was
because
like
I feel
really
like he
good.
said he was trying to build the future of humanity, and and then after this, like Saturn tells Kizaru to kill Vegapunk, and dude, I actually really enjoyed the scene because you can see Kizaru starts walking towards Vegapunk, but he just like his facial expressions just completely changed to like the biggest frown. You can tell he really doesn't want to do it, and thank God, Frankie, Atlas, Kuma, and Bonnie kind of like interrupt this as they're going through the tubes trying to escape. It kind of like takes Kizaru and Saturn's like attention away. Kizaru has to fly up and he kind of cuts the tube in order to stop him from escaping. And that's where Saturn orders all the pacifistas to kill Bonnie and Kuma. And again, Kuma at this point was like completely out, like zero power, you know. But you can see it
Mhm.
in the air. He grabs a hold of Bonnie and just like hugs her, shielding her. And then this is the end of the episode. We get a cut to the ship that we saw like in the beginning of the episode as well as like in the middle of the episode, like where we got the perspective of like somebody like in the water hearing the Buster Call, and we can see that it's not actually the civilian ship that got destroyed. It's actually the Navy ship that got destroyed. And that is the end of the episode. And
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it was it was just it was all right, you know. I felt like it was
it
nothing
was an all
special.
right.
It wasn't bad. Like there was, it's not like there was a ton of there was no recap in this episode, which I was like, okay, like last episode I thought had way too much recap. This one was just kind of like moving things along, you know.
Mhm.
But
Um,
yeah, I guess they want to
again,
go.
like you said, investment. It is just moving along. It's just like you got to get through this part, right? Just to like get
Yeah,
to the
where
other
it
parts
feels
of the
like it's just
story.
going through the motions, you know.
Um, I'll say this is mid,
Okay,
5 out of 10.
so you gave 5 out of 10. Okay. Eh.
There's a few cool scenes. I like again like
Mhm.
I really like the Vegapunk scene of him like looking at everything, and I really like the Brook and the listen. But other than that, I feel like there was a lot of just like filler in the episode
Mhm.
of just attack. Like two
Boom,
minutes of
boom,
just
boom, boom, boom,
boom,
like
boom,
the
boom, boom, boom,
warships
boom.
firing. Yeah, I could see that.
And
It did feel
and like
kind of slow at times.
yeah. Yeah, 5 out of 10. How about
Yeah,
you?
I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. Again, I thought it was I definitely thought it was better than the last episode. I know last episode I gave a 6 out of 10. So this was just like a step above that, you know. Um I felt like this was one of the episodes that you just kind of have to get through this portion of the story. And then I don't know if you watched, but I like the very end of this episode, like what we're like the teaser for the next episode, but I'm kind of excited. You could see the next
Oh,
week's episode. Yeah,
I did see that, but
Gear 5 Luffy.
I decided not to because I wanted to be surprised. Austin.
You're gonna be surprised after reading this like more
Yeah,
than a year ago.
yeah.
But yeah, so I
But
felt like this got me really excited for next week's episode as well as the rest of Egghead. But again, I just want to like shout out that the new opening has me so excited for the rest of Egghead.
yeah.
Like like
Um
like anime only watchers, dude, they just don't know. They actually don't know what's about to happen in the next few weeks. It's about to actually go crazy. or maybe within the
Dude,
next few months.
do we know? Is there an episode coming out next week?
I believe so.
Is there? All right, fucking hopefully, man. Jesus Christ. Um, I just say, dude, listen, you're the anime only watchers do not know what the fuck is gonna fucking happen unless they've seen the intro. Then they know everything that's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
I was gonna say if they watch the intro, they might actually know more than us.
Yeah, actually, the One Piece is in the intro.
Yeah.
So, um,
uh,
yeah. Next week. Oh yeah, wait, I forgot. We're gonna
yes,
watch
we have one more segment.
the first look. All right, share your
Yes,
screen, Austin.
we have the first look, and this is gonna be my first look. And I don't. Did you watch the trailer yet for season 2 or no? Because I
I
haven't
think I
seen it
saw
yet.
it on Twitter. I think I
Really?
saw it on Twitter. I might have seen something on Twitter.
Okay. Here. Let's see. Give me 1 second. And okay, let's watch it and then we can discuss.
Let's.
Okay.
The 2026. What was it? April 2026.
Uh, yeah. No, it just says 2026.
Yeah. So season 3 is also confirmed in this one. In
Oh,
this.
I'm actually kind of confused. Does that mean that season 3 is coming out in 2026 or that season 2 is coming out in 2026?
Wait. It's in the description. It's in the description.
Oh, is
Description.
it?
Description.
Um,
Reach yourself One Piece into the Grand Line.
oh no. Yeah, it looks like 2026 season 2 is coming out.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Man,
What did you think?
that
That actually kind of got me hyped. I'm not gonna lie.
that was pretty fucking cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta watch season 1. That's the one
Yeah.
thing I gotta
So,
do.
like, I guess Lyle has not watched season 1, but I think I'm gonna make him watch season 1 because it's actually pretty good. I actually enjoyed it a lot. They pace the story differently and they tell it in a different way, but I thought it actually works pretty well in the live action setting, and it actually made the story kind of flow a little bit better in my head. But I felt like the biggest parts of this trailer was I guess introducing these characters like Nico Robin, Smoker, Vivi. We finally get to see was that Dory or Broggy? I forgot. Dory, right?
It's
We
Broggy.
Oh, that's Broggy. I always get them mixed up. We see
Yeah, I always mix.
Broggy.
I always know Dory's on the left, so it's Dory and Broggy. Broggy's on the right. If it's and Broggy, Broggy's always
Okay.
the last one.
Yeah. I can only
That's
I can
that's
only
how I
teleport
remember
when
it.
I see both of them, you know. But and then we also see Laboon. So I'm pretty excited. Season 1 was good, and I know we already talked about it in one of our previous episodes. Like they already introduced like Chopper, so a lot of characters being introduced to the story. I think in this next season, which kind of has me hyped. We maybe we should make a video on you watching season 1. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it at work,
Mhm.
but I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna hold off. Maybe I'll record, but maybe that'll be like a whole like video entry thing that we do.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I say we do it. I say we do it. Or maybe we could just do like well, we'll talk about like our thoughts on it, or just do a
Yeah,
reaction
I'm not
video
sure exactly
for
what
season
what
one.
we're gonna do, but I think we definitely should do something, especially with season one, since season two is coming out in 2026. We still have a decent amount of time, so it's not like we have to do that immediately. But no, that was pretty hype though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually kind of excited. I feel like I actually need to rewatch season one. I kind of forgot, uh, like because it is paced very differently, and the
I
way
know
they
they go
tell the
through
story is
Long
different.
Park,
Yes,
right?
the way
So
the
it's
show
basically East
works is
Blue.
like, especially with the first season, is like they kind of introduce like a new character every single episode. It's kind of like each episode is almost like a tiny arc in itself.
I know.
There's like a
There's
Sanji
like a few
episode, there's
differences
like a
too.
Zoro episode, there's like a Nami episode, there's a Usopp episode. Um, so like it's actually kind of cool how they did it. It makes it so much better for a live action setting.
Oh my god, they're gonna have to get 10 fucking actors for the whole fucking crew. I just like thought about that. Just for, like for some reason, it's just like they have to introduce more like recurring characters. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's gonna be big.
With that, and I think a big portion of like the hype around it is people doing like their like fan cast of like who they think should be characters in the One Piece universe, especially because there's just so many characters in One Piece, and there's so many actors out there that like people think would fit really
Dwayne the
well into
Rock
these roles.
Johnson, Jinbei.
Yeah, yeah, Jinbei.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Jinbei. You can pay me later.
Yeah. Get on that, Lyle.
Get on that right now.
Hmm.
And I wanted Danny DeVito to be Chopper, but we couldn't
Yeah.
get that going on. So that's kind of disappointing.
we could save him for somebody else. Who would he be good
Danny
for?
DeVito could be Dr. Vegapunk.
Dr. Pickle. Dude, actually, that wouldn't be that bad.
But dude, imagine oh my god, Danny DeVito's Dr. Vegapunk is very good. But yeah, man, this does like I have been seeing a lot of like hype from the One Piece like live action, especially because season two is coming out. It
Mhm.
makes me really want to watch it. Maybe like I'll start watching it when it's closer to the release, or maybe I just start fucking watching it
Yeah,
soon.
maybe you should start now. Cause
So right now,
yeah,
uh, yeah,
no.
I'm very excited, very excited.
Hmm. But I think that's everything we have planned for today, right?
Yeah, there's really nothing much going on after that.
Hmm.
I do want to talk about what you guys should expect next week.
Yes.
Next week is there is gonna be a break from the manga. Well, right now the manga is technically on break,
Yeah.
um, but Oda was not on break, so it still got leaked. The scans still came through,
Hmm.
um, but next week the officially the chapter does come out next week, but Oda's going to be on break, so we're not going to see anything new.
Hmm.
So maybe if there are going to be some translation corrections, we might talk about the chapter next week. We do a relook. So next week you should expect that. You
Hmm.
should also expect a new anime episode, and if anything comes up in terms of like One Piece news, we're going to talk about it too. But other
Yeah.
than that, that's all I got. So
Hmm.
yeah,
No, and
this
I
has
just want to
been this has
say,
been fun.
yeah, if you made it this far, check out our other video. Lau, me and Lau building the Thousand Sunny from One Piece.
Oh my god, that shit
That
was.
was that was
Let's talk about that for like a little bit.
a
That was
journey.
really fun.
Dude, that was
It was like two
so
hours,
much
right?
fun. It took us around, it was like just shy of 2 hours. I think it took exactly like an hour and 50. Like, and I felt so bad because when we started, I told Lau like, maybe like 20, 30 minutes tops. And then it took us like 10 minutes just to read the instructions. Like,
Nah,
yeah,
when you said oh it took the last one took me like 20 minutes, but it was like a 1 star or 2 star. And I looked at
yeah,
how many stars this one had. Like shit has like 4 or 5,
four.
man.
Yeah, it had 4 stars. It had like almost like 100 pieces, dude. But the product, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually so impressed with how good it came out though. I actually think like the detail was insane on it. But if you made it this far, definitely check out that video. You can also check out the teaser we made for that video. That was a lot of fun to make. But no, yeah. I guess thank you for listening. If you made it this far, make sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment. But I guess till next time.
See you guys. Peace out. See you next week. Peace.